Back at my friend Peter's with the Nissan Xterra, they said because the crank sensor code came up. You remember this is the one that had the code and the sensor wasn't plugged in right. So I'm trying to auto ID the car. I don't know if this auto IDs or not. It might be too old because I think this is like an 04. Let's see. Yeah, I guess 03, because it's 05 of 03. Let's see, where's our VIN? Guess it's an 02. Sorry, 02. 02 Xterra. So once this is done failing, we'll manual ID this car and we'll go on from there. Okay guys, looks like we got 3 lovely faults. What's our odometer? 141,930. 141,930. Let's see what we got here. Catalytic converter and crankshaft position sensor. So I'm going to look these codes up real quick and then we'll go from there. Okay guys, so I looked up the codes here in all data. The P0335 says the condition is the tachometer is correct. Run the engine with the tachometer indication with the console 2 value. Actually, sorry, that's for monitoring. Oh, here it is. P0355. Crankshaft position sensor. Proper pulse signal from the crankshaft position sensor is not sent to the ECM while the engine is running. Possible causes are just the harness or the crankshaft sensor. Now, when I look up that P1336, this is what we get. Crankshaft position sensor range. A chipping of the flywheel or drive plate gear tooth is detected by the ECM. So this could also be like the sensor is failing. So the harness could be a possibility, crankshaft sensor or drive plates. Now, what's interesting is when you come up here to read about the component description, it tells you about how the magnet works. But it says the ECM receives a voltage signal and detects a fluctuation in engine RPM. The sensor is not used to control the system. It is only used for onboard diagnosis. And I think what they're using it for is just for misfire detection. But some of these earlier cars, they only used it for like misfire detection because there's a requirement for OBD. I think all the fueling in that is done by the camshaft. That's why this thing will run with the crankshaft sensor code. So now I gotta wait for this to load up. I'm gonna load up the data PID for the crankshaft and the cam, and we'll just quick start it up, see if anything works. Let's see, main signals. Engine speed. I don't know if it's engine speed that we want. Let's go to ECM. I should probably did all signals. I forget what it was under. I think we looked at this before. I'm not seeing anything in here. Let's just look, see what engine RPM shows. So that one works. So we're just gonna go down, or I'm gonna find a way to scope it. I don't know if it's gonna be at the sensor because the sensor's in the back of the motor and it's hard to get to, or if we can get to the wire, or if we gotta go to the PCM. Guys, so here's our crankshaft sensor. Got a blue and a black and a white. And if we come back here, let's see if we can do this. So our harness for this comes up back here. Our sensor's all the way down in the back, right near where that blue wire is at, somewhere down there. And it comes up, goes under the intake in this harness right here. If you see that right there, comes through the intake right here, and then comes over, and I think it plugs in right here. This is the only blue wire I see. So there's a blue and a black and white right there. Black and white is going to be our low reference, and that's going to be that, because I'm assuming we're going to have an AC sine wave. So I'm going to start this up, and we'll see what we can get out of this. If we get anything. If. Because we may have a bad sensor. I'm not seeing anything. You may have to be on both wires. Okay guys, we're getting nothing out of either side of this connector, so I'm going to shut this off. And I don't know if I'm going to probe the wire or what. Or if I'm gonna like pierce the wire. I gotta see if I can get to it. I might just use like 2 Phillips probes and just pierce the wire. Guys, so the harness came unclipped again. I just gave a little tug on it. Look at that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide some probes down inside of this, and then we'll try to slide it back in place, and we'll see if we can get a signal. If we don't, then we got a bad sensor. Guys, look at our crankshaft position sensor. I think the sensor comes loose. Like it's not clipping in right, and I think that's our whole issue with our code. So yeah guys, now I gotta push together. So I got our height's changing, but I wonder if our code's still current. Because we had that missing cog, so that's what's making me think that this sensor shut the car off. Let's see if we can get this stacked up. I bet you that's what it is. I bet you that connection's coming loose. I wish we could look at the camshaft and the crankshaft. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this outside. We'll let it run because I got another car to look at. And we'll just see if the code comes back. See, I don't think we get another RPM other than this. So we'll just let that run there. And let's go look at our crankshaft sensor. But I think that's the issue. I bet you that's coming loose. So the clip's either going to have to be replaced or something. I came out to Xterra. Has been running out here for like, I don't know, what, an hour or so, hour and a half. And our scope captures at 0 volts. We had a good waveform. So I was looking back here. So either somehow the sensor vibrated loose or we got a bad sensor. I'm going with bad sensor. Because everything looks like it's intact, like it's very, very hot right now. I'm waiting to see what fault codes we have. Because like this shouldn't have vibrated out because like it was out here running, nothing's touched it. Yeah, look at that. There we go guys, bad sensor. Needs a crankshaft sensor. So I hope you guys like it. See how we had that missing cog? We had 2 codes. Missing cog and then the other one. So I'm going to shut this off, wrap everything up, We'll get a new sensor in this, and we should be good to go. I doubt very much I'm going to get to come back and do that, because there's no reason for me to come back out if they can put a sensor in it. So, hope you guys liked it. See you later. Okay guys, so we're back with the 03 Xterra. I just scanned it for codes. ECM doesn't say anything. Let's do a report. Let's see what codes we got. Throttle position sensor. That's in the transmission. And engine speed. Let's save this real quick. I should have did this first. Okay, so the issue with this, they said they were driving it, because we fixed this before with throttle position sensor or whatever, and then we didn't have that code anymore, and then they said they were driving it. Guess it died. Oh, I told them to put a crank sensor in, because we had that bad crank sensor where it dropped out, and they said it died. They're like, well, maybe the crank sensor is bad. And I'm like, no, the crank sensor I don't think does anything on this but misfires. I think it just uses the cam sensor for everything. So let's see if we have... Oh, battery's dead. Let me bring my truck over. Okay, so let's see if we can crank this now. So we have no engine RPM, even though everything's like resetting. So I'm going to shut this off. We'll let it charge up for a couple minutes, and we'll try it again. Because this battery's pretty dead. I could switch to a different jump pack, but... I could switch to a jump pack. But, we'll just let this charge up. Once we get the battery up enough, my truck should be able to sustain it. We can shut some of the lights off too on the truck. Help it charge a little bit quicker. There we go. So now we're doing 19 amps. We'll shut this back one off. There we go. We're at 20 amps. So, like I said, we'll just let this charge for a little bit. Don't know if there's anything like damaged in here or not. I don't want to touch anything too much. That's a new sensor they put on. They had said they zeroed it, so hopefully they did. Okay guys, so it's been a couple minutes. Try to crank it again. We'll see what happens here. This battery must be really, really dead. I'm going to switch jumper cables. And we'll see if we get something better out of this, because that is crazy. Why is this so dead? Like... Oh, this terminal isn't even tight. Well, that doesn't even help. Let me switch cables. That's crazy. They're gonna need a new terminal, because that's spread apart. I could fix it, but they're gonna have to put it like one of those light caps on here, or replace the terminal. Is the other side loose too? No, but yeah, we're gonna get new cables out. There we go, guys. We got 30 amps now going into this battery right here with my heavy cables. Now when we crank it, we shouldn't have a voltage drop issue. Let's see, what are we showing? 13.9. Oh, it sounds like it's flooding. Oh, something's smoking. Well, that's not good. Why are we smoking? Oh, somebody was running grounds all over the place here, guys. Look at that ground. Hopefully that doesn't touch anything. What else was smoking over here? Is that just the starter? Yeah, starter wire is definitely hot. Well, the ground's hot. That post definitely got hot too. We'll let that cool down for a little bit. Let's see if we can just charge this back up here. I'm gonna disable the injectors because I think we got a camshaft sensor or something being stuck on. Let's make sure we're charging. Yeah, we're charging 36 amps. Okay, so I'm gonna get some light out here and we'll disable our injectors. Guess we'll just unplug them. Can we unplug them all? I'm gonna look up a fuse real quick, see if there's a fuse we can pull or something for it. Is there, yeah, I'm gonna look up the diagram, see if there's a fuse or something that we can pull for them all. I don't see anything right here. Okay guys, so fuse 3 right here. Let's try cranking this. I think our starter's seizing up. Something's not right here, guys. And we're getting a lot of smoke. Look at all that smoke. Like, we shouldn't be getting that much smoke. Holy crap. Like, look at all this smoke. Like, did somebody like burn up the starter before I even got here? God, something's cooking, guys. Holy crap, something's cooking down there. I can hear it. Let's go down and look at it if we can. Oh God, the starter's on fire, guys. I think the starter's on fire. Let's see. Yeah. Starter caught on fire. We didn't even crank it long. See if I can get that for you guys. Let me go get some water. Like, look at all this smoke. Like, did somebody like burn up the starter before I even got here? God, something's cooking, guys. Holy crap, something's cooking down there. I can hear it. Let's go down and look at it if we can. Oh. Well guys, I guess that's that. I just dumped a whole bunch of water. I'm going to dump some more on there, make sure that nothing's smoking. But I guess somebody probably cranked this forever when it wouldn't start and burned up the starter. Because I've never had that happen before. Because we even waited like a couple minutes before trying to crank it again. It shouldn't have got that hot that quick. But I guess this will be an exciting one for YouTube. Well guys, this thing reeks. But yeah, I talked to my friend. Apparently his brother tried starting this. And they said that there was smoke coming out. Oh, look at that. You can see where it's all melted. Look at that. There we go. So now we know where the fire was coming from. Well, guess we'll come back once they get the starter put on here. Crazy. Good thing I carry a fire extinguisher with me. Good thing we didn't have to use it. But yeah, I keep one in here just in case. So we're back with the car. They put a new starter in it. I'm going to try to start. The battery's dead. So I put it on engine start. Still nothing. It's crazy. We didn't even get to do anything. Maybe I'll get a jump pack out. We'll have to get a jump pack. We'll see if we can start it then with jump pack. Okay. So we got my jump pack on there. We'll see if we can start the car with the jump pack. Oh, that's not good. It kind of sounded like it was flooding. So I hooked the scan tool up. I guess we need a cam signal. See what's going on. Maybe spark. Look up a diagram real quick. See what's going on with it. Because that didn't sound good. Okay guys, so I'm probing the sensor right here. Wire 3 and 4. Hopefully they're making good connection. 3 is our 1 degree signal. 4 is our 120 and 180. Actually, we'll just go back. We'll go to our scope because I already had our scope set up for something else. So we'll do a 10 volt scale. 10 volts. Guess we'll put this on like, I don't know, 100 milliseconds. Hopefully we see something. I don't know if this thing, I'm wondering if we lost our ignition coil. You have anything? Okay, so we had like 1, it looks like. Let me check our yellow trace, make sure that I was actually in the wire right. There we go. Let's record this again. Let's turn the time base down more. Go to 10 milliseconds. I bet you we don't have spark. Oh, I gotta turn our jump pack back on. Oh, that thing was on too. Let's see. Let me reset my jump pack. Jump pack reset. Let's get the cranking. There we go. Oh, did I miss it? I'm gonna have to do this quicker, guys. Guys, so here's our pattern that we got. It's really nice and clear. So I'll save this, and you can actually see when it starts like, when the motor starts like stopping too. You can see when it slows down because it goes to like hydro lock. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook up to our ignition coil next. I was gonna save this, and then we'll hook up to our ignition coil. So now I probed into our coil positive and coil negative. Let's see if we get anything on this one. I don't think we're gonna get anything. Oh, these might go over 12 volts. Oh, I just hooked both leads up. I didn't look to see which one was really which. Because I had 2 channels already up. Oh, you know what? I wonder if we don't have fuel. Well, it just started. I wonder if this has clear flood. So guys, I just noticed this line's tore right here. And this clamp down here is just flopping around. So I'm gonna try to undo this, get this clamp hose slid on here for the throttle body. I guess that's for like cruise, is that for cruise control? I don't know what that's for. For idle? I really don't know how that works on the throttle body, but I'm gonna get that fixed. And then Guess we'll see if anything else is supposed to go on here, because there's this line that's flopping. No idea where that goes. That goes under there somewhere. Yeah, so that's what we'll do there. And obviously the thing tries to start, so it feels like timing's off or something, or maybe it's getting overfueled because of it. So guys, I took this cover off the distributor, and look at this. I saw this bolt. I'm like, oh, what's this bolt for? Look at this. So the rotor just spins, the bolt backed out. See that? There's the threaded hole. So I'm gonna Loctite this in. Let me see if I'm gonna try to bump the key, get it to spin a little bit so we can get to that. And then hopefully we can get that tightened down, and then it should start. And then my friend's showing up here, and then we're going to set the timing on this. But yeah, I can't believe that backed out. But we would have saw that if we would have looked at the spark, but I didn't have somebody here to really help me, so that was my problem. And depending on where this moved to, that's why it seems like our timing was off, because this was probably spinning just off the resistance or whatever in there, and it was firing when it wasn't supposed to, and stuff. It maybe fired when it was supposed to, and that's why it would start for a split second. But yeah, that was our whole issue. Okay guys, so there we go. Look at that, that's on. So we'll set our cap back on. You can see bolts in there. I put red Loctite on it. That ain't going anywhere. So we'll set this back down. I'll tighten this up, and then we'll see if it starts. There we go guys, that's on. Let's see if this will start. I bet you it'll start now. The cylinders might be washed out, but it'll start now. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So I'm gonna get everything cleaned up. We'll move this inside, and then we'll set our distributor.